Hey everyone, Brian from 3 Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Hey fellas, why did the ghost go into the bar?
Why?
He was looking for booze.
Oh, man.
Booze.
I didn't say boo.
A lot of booze with that joke.
Who's your daddy, and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Booze. Hello and welcome to another episode from Beyond the Grave.
I'm thirsty.
You sure are. And I got nothing. Of 3 Geeky Dads, the show now brought to you by the new Bill Murray line of frozen corn, simply called What About Cobb? I am Mark, and with me as always are the can't and touch to my this. Sounded funnier when I wrote it.
Derek.
And Brian.
And joining us as oh boy, this is a hard one.
That's what she said. I don't get it.
And joining us, as always, to say the hell with math and the accuracy to the title of our show, the Roger Deacon to the rest of our queen, Tito.
Ooh.
Hey, I thought it was gonna be like the two legit to our can't and touch this.
I'm gonna like
Tito.
Too legit to our
ask you
quit.
before, because you come up with better ones, Tito.
No.
You know what? Fuck you.
It's gotta be
no,
organic.
just-
It's gotta be organic.
Oh, this is very organic.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, hopefully it'll work.
Booze. Tonight we continue our series of 4 movies, all number 4, and a franchise, all during the 4th month, that is May, by invoking the demonic spirits of the dead as we take a look at Paranormal Activity 4, the continuing found footage saga where white people we don't like at all with really nice houses they clearly can't afford are plagued by demonic forces from beyond. And you get only to see maybe a quarter of the horror in any of it. But before we investigate loud noises, ask, did you hear that? And hope to God someone on the screen spontaneously combusts. Our own Brian, ghoulish gourmet Brian Ramsey has prepared a yummy appetizer to start us off. Brian!
Why do you eat people?
Not people. Brains.
Brains only.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Brian.
Hey.
2 whiskeys and
Two whiskeys.
that was really
Wow,
strong.
that's good.
My apologies, audience. My apologies, Brian.
Booze. Booze. Tonight, as Mark mentioned, we are continuing to look at the 4th movie in a film franchise with a look at the 2012 sequel to the hit Paranormal Activity movie, this one cleverly titled Paranormal Activity 4. This movie is more of the same old found footage from a family that is terrorized by a malevolent demonic entity. And that got us to thinking, hey, wasn't it the 65th anniversary of the 1958 Hammer horror classic, Horror of Dracula, starring Christopher Lee as Dracula just a few weeks ago?
You just blew my mind.
So here we go with our picks for our favorite Christopher Lee film roles. See how I tied it all in?
I love how you did that.
Very nice.
That was genius.
This movie's so good, it made you think of something completely different.
Exactly.
On everybody's face when they thought they did the wrong homework assignment.
Yeah, I was like,
Happens
oh, fuck.
all the time. All the time.
It does.
Who's
Derek,
first?
you start this
Am
one,
I?
my friend.
Mark was last.
All right.
It was.
Ranking in number 3, Commandant Rekhov from Police Academy Mission to Moscow.
Oh, wow. Bringing it back.
Yeah, campy and just it's a totally different way of seeing him. It was the first time I had seen him do comedy, and
I've seen that movie. I don't even remember him.
yeah,
being
he's
in it.
I don't remember him
the
being
Russian
in it
commandant
either.
that teams up with Lassard for some reason, some not logical reason. But,
He has that way about him, Lassard.
yep.
You just love him.
So
You love to love him.
I haven't seen it.
punky.
Punky.
Well, you hate fun, so.
I like fun. I didn't like that movie, but I like
Debatable.
fun. I didn't find any fun in that movie.
Well, that's probably.
We'll try Mission to Moscow.
I will.
All
If it's
right,
got
good.
Christopher Lee, it's got to
there
have
you
a
go.
step up.
It's elevated comedy.
Elevated. Elevated.
At its finest. I don't even think that one made it to the theaters.
You're right. I don't.
know,
I don't know.
straight to-
94. I don't
Probably
really remember much.
Would
of 94.
enjoy it more than I think.
I don't think so.
You know,
We're at the price of admission.
ye of
Christopher
little
Lee.
faith. The man
What do you
named
got,
Tito.
Brian, what do you got?
Brian.
Okay, so my turn. I'm going with Count de Rochefort and Richard Lester's The Three Musketeers from 1973.
Like that.
Yeah, he played Cardinal Richelieu's chief enforcer, and he was quite the badass, and everybody in this movie looked like they were having a fucking fun time.
I
Love that movie.
was going to pick that movie, and then I was like, I don't remember it that well. But I
Oh,
always liked the movie. This is
maybe
the one
we
with
should watch
Oliver
that
Reed
one
and
after
fucking
this.
Raquel
Yeah,
Welch,
man.
right? Yeah.
I haven't seen
I
that
like
one.
that.
Oh,
movie.
yeah, Michael York.
Yeah.
I think I've only
I haven't
seen
seen
the
it in
key-
like
I've only seen
years.
the Kiefer Sutherland
Oliver
one.
Reed. And,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
the only
It's
Musketeer
a
movie I've
really
ever
good.
seen.
It's
It
really
is.
good. I haven't seen it in years, but
Yeah.
it's really good.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we should watch that. I have it on Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
I do.
I was racking my fucking brain on this one, man.
Really?
Yeah, because
There's
I've
so many.
seen a lot of Christopher Lee movies, but nothing that I'm just like, oh, because he's always a bad guy, and I don't like bad guys. I like good guys. And
He
if
doesn't
he's
play
been,
a good guy very
he
often.
doesn't play a good guy very often, but I love these movies, and I think he's really good in them. So I want Saruman from the Lord of the Rings
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
franchise.
That was one of my runners-up.
I think he's very good. Even then, like you know, Christopher Lee, you're watching the movie, and that's one of those like, oh, he's the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So when he turns, but I actually think he's kind of he does a good enough job of being kind of a good guy. Like you're like, oh, he's a good guy. He's just like a prick.
He walks the line.
He's just a prick.
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah.
probably a good guy. And the scene where him and Gandalf duel, I think, is a really fantastic
Yeah.
scene. And
Yep.
I think he's really, really great in that movie.
He makes
Battle
he
of
makes
the
Gandalf do the curly spin.
Oh yeah. That is- yeah. So that was that's my choice.
Mine is Dr. Catheter from Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
There you go.
Besides Dracula, this is my favorite performance from Christopher Lee because it was always fun to watch him in comedic performances, of which there were actually a few. Check out Top Secret or Police Academy 5, for example. See, I know my shit.
He didn't.
You know, don't drink your ginger ale. Not
He's in
only
Top Secret?
Yeah.
What do you mean,
I don't fucking remember.
Uh
I don't
huh.
remember.
Oh, how do you feel? Now be quiet and let
Who
me
was he in
finish.
Top Secret? I've seen Top Secret.
I told you I don't remember.
Who was he in Top
I
Secret?
don't know. I just looked it up on the thing.
He didn't.
Sounds like,
Not only is this a great performance in Gremlins
sounds like
2,
bullshit, Mark, is what it sounds
All
like.
right, now I'm gonna have to look
Look it up.
No, he is.
Look
in
it up.
Go for it.
Thank
Keep
you,
going.
Derek.
Yeah, I forget the name.
Can
of the
I
character.
finish now?
By all means.
My God.
Put you in the bitch transformer.
What
gonna
am-
look this up
What
while
are we
you're
talking
talking.
about?
Christopher Lee, how else?
Not only is this a great performance in Gremlins 2, but the movie itself pays homage to him and his Dracula roots, like his almost meta reaction to seeing a vampire like Gremlin, and my laptop went black because it took too long to say this. So I'm just going to say it's a great movie, and it's my favorite role of his. We'll cut it short.
I misunderstood the
Assignment?
assignment.
Serious?
I thought we were doing 3.
No,
we're just
No,
doing
just
one.
So I started with like my weakest one then. Damn.
Oh, well then pick.
Well, everybody does runners-up typically.
We have
Yeah, yeah,
runners
yeah.
up.
I don't have any.
What are you running? Will you stop looking it up? Yeah, I know I'm right.
He is in it.
Wrong!
I remember him
I'm
in
looking
it. I
at
just don't
something
remember the
else.
character.
I'm looking
Okay.
at
Hey,
porn.
let's-
Take it
oh.
easy.
Oh wow.
Gremlin porn?
Gremlin porn.
Christopher
I'm looking
Lee
at the gremlin with the huge boobs.
Too bad.
I thought about it a couple of times.
Of course you did. Every time
Every time I watched it, could I do it? I don't know. Maybe. You know?
You can't get them wet. You know what happens.
Oh my.
Well, feed him after midnight. It'd have to be early.
Oh boy.
What are your runners up, dude?
John Reed, who's the character that he plays in Sweets to the Sweet in The House That Dripped Blood. And my real number one is Francisco Scaramanga, the titular character of Man with the Golden Gun.
No pun intended. He had three
Right.
nipples.
I know, right? One of my favorite Bond films and such a great adversary. He even appears in GoldenEye 64. He's got it all. He's got a golden gun, an island complete with Herb Villachez, a fun house, and a third nipple. So, and I also liked Lord Summerisle. From
That was one of my runners up too.
I never saw that
Yeah.
James Bond film.
We also
No?
have, I forgot, but we also had Dean chimed in with this
Oh,
one
awesome.
because he is a Hammer horror fan and he wanted to, but that was his pick for
Scaramanga?
number one. Scaramanga.
Yeah.
Outside of the horror genre.
He really is
I should
awesome. Yeah,
clarify.
he's-
That was a Dean pick right there.
Nice.
I figured to
Very
include
nice.
him because if anybody is going to appreciate
very
the
intense man.
anniversary of Dracula, who is Dean?
No. Who are we talking about?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
Top Secret.
He's just very intense.
He is.
It's like he's
Yeah.
reserved.
I bet he was a fun hang. He's still alive, right?
Loved metal. No, he passed away
When did he die?
years ago. A couple of Wow. Well, no. How long ago?
2015, I think.
Hey,
Actually, it was a while ago.
yeah.
Jeez.
Speaking of being a fun hang, do you know he's on the cover of Paul McCartney's Band on the Run?
No.
Yes, he's one of the people in the band.
Yeah.
Like in the group that they're. I don't know if you guys know the album cover, what it looks like. It's like almost like a prison break.
Yeah.
So it's like a brick wall, and it shows the band like all in kind of like this like
No,
frozen pose
no.
with a spotlight on them, like they were just like caught.
Yeah.
They froze.
Yeah.
And Christopher Lee is there because he was partying with the band the
That's
night
awesome.
before they did the photo shoot for the album cover.
That's awesome.
So it was like early morning. They're like, "Hey, Chris, you might as well just come with us." And so he's on the album cover, like
That's awesome.
in with the band, like in the background.
Christopher, take off the lampshade and hop in the van.
I'm partying like it's 1929.
I love the clip of him being surprised. He was on some type of talk show, and Peter Cushing shows up, and it's like a little mini reunion.
This is your life or something like that, right?
Maybe.
Well, whatever it was, I think I
Yeah.
saw that footage as well.
And like
know
the
who's in
smile
Top
on his
Secret?
face,
Peter
like
Cushing's in Top
he was just so genuinely happy to see him.
Peter Cushing's not in
Such
Top
good
Gun.
friends.
Oh yeah,
He's in Top
No,
Secret, though.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee is definitely not, though.
Did I
I
say
didn't
Top
think so.
Gun?
Are you sure?
You said Top Secret. Peter
Yeah.
Cushing is.
Oh, maybe I confused them.
Yeah, Peter Cushing is in
I
Top
thought
Secret.
Christopher Lee was in Top Secret.
Peter Cushing plays the guy
Maybe
with
I'm
the
freaking
Right.
Top
with the-
Gun.
Yeah.
Omar Sharif is in Top Secret.
Yeah, Peter Cushing plays the guy with the
Peter Cushing.
with the magnifying glass, and they all talk
Right.
backwards
Yeah.
in the scene.
Oh, that's right.
The Swedish
Yes.
bookseller.
Yeah, you're right, and it's not him. Damn.
I can't be wrong. I'm never wrong.
Well, they were wrong then, weren't they?
Now I'm going to look shit up while Brian goes ahead with his.
He was.
Well, my runners-up were Count Dooku from Star Wars. I also
God,
had
such an awful
Sauron.
name.
I know it's a bad name.
And it's a great performance.
It was for the entire 30 seconds that he was on screen in the movie. And of course, Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the Mummy from Hammer, among many others.
Icon.
He really
have
is.
any
He's
runners
like.
All three of those movies. All three of the Lord of
You
the
like
Rings films. I like them in them all.
Every one of them.
Every single one.
All right, why do you want to work? Because you don't want to admit I'm wrong, phone. That's right. I'm going with The Wicker Man, City of the Dead, The Gorgon, and of course, The Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf.
Nice.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Had a feeling you were going to pick that one.
On which he regretted that performance and actually apologized to Joe Dante
he
years
really?
later at some sort of event and said, I'm sorry for doing that movie.
Did he really? What did he not like
did.
about the performance?
It's a horrible movie. He's okay in it, but
Well-
you can't save that movie. Do
Not
you know
the-
he was...
Did Joe Dante?
Well, he
I'm
shouldn't be the
assuming
one
didn't direct
apologizing.
Joe
that
Dante
movie.
didn't direct that.
He
movie.
should have made Joe Dante apologize for it.
Why?
If
He
it
didn't
was a
direct
hol-
it.
Huh?
He didn't direct that. He had nothing to do with The Howling 2. Your sister is a
Well,
werewolf.
then why would you apologize to Joe Dante?
Because they made a horrible sequel to The Howling that nobody liked, and he went and apologized to Joe Dante for having something to do with it.
He added clout to the sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
By starring in it.
That I can see
right?
then.
Is that what you... Yeah.
I guess. I thought it was pretty clear, but I don't know. I guess sock puppets. Fun fact.
Hi, I'm Christopher Lee, and I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Joe.
That sounds like Joe.
That's okay, Chris. You're a great actor, and I really appreciate your performance.
That's Emmett Walsh. That's not even close to Joe. Actually, you sounded like Joe Dante the first time. Do you know Christopher Lee was approached to play Dr. Loomis in Halloween?
I do.
That I do.
Yeah.
And
I did not.
But he turned it down.
And so was Peter Cushing.
And ran into John Carpenter and
apologized.
Deborah Lynn said, biggest mistake I ever made.
Yeah. He regretted that one.
Very humble actor, Mr.
Really?
Lee. Classy guy.
Mm-hmm.
All
That was
the
a
way.
fun hang.
And he did metal too, I believe.
He did. He put out 2 heavy metal albums
Good for
while
him.
he was in his late 80s, early 90s.
Good for him.
What?
Yes.
Christopher Lee did?
Christopher Lee.
He did.
Holy
Yeah.
What was the name of
shit.
his
One
band?
all about Charlemagne and one was a Christmas album.
Is it on Spotify?
Maybe.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. He's also a distant relative of Charlemagne.
Oh, really?
He's also related to Ian Fleming.
I heard
He's,
that. I heard.
he's cousins with
Yep.
Ian Fleming.
Yep.
And he knew J.R.R. Tolkien in real life. And he read his book, The Lord of the Rings, every
does.
year.
I love listening to him do audiobooks.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Oh, he's got a hell of a
Yeah.
voice. Oh, my God.
Definitely. Oh, Charlemagne, the Omens of Death.
Told you.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't forget his performance, his cameo in Sleepy Hollow, too.
Yep. Oh, well,
Very
like a
good
lot of the
as
Tim
well.
Burton movies.
Sleepy
Yeah.
Hollow,
Yeah.
Dark Shadows. He was
Yep.
the
Willy Wonka.
fisherman.
He
Willy
played,
Wonka,
he
yeah.
played Willy Wonka's dad.
Yeah, I'll tell you what he wasn't in, though. He wasn't in Top Secret.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he was in Top Gun. No.
Maybe.
Definitely not in Top
No,
Gun.
definitely. He was
He played the
Kelly
volleyball.
McGillis's,
He's Goose, I
stand-in.
think.
He's
Goose in Top Gun.
He played the volleyball.
he played the
he was
plane.
he played the denim pants that Tom Cruise is wearing playing volleyball.
Dracula AD.
I believe they're called
Horror
jeans.
Express. I forgot about Horror Express.
Was he in 1941? Did he play the
yeah,
German
like-
U-boat commander?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah, I
ask.
thought so.
He did.
Because I clearly don't know.
No, he did.
We'll
he
edit
was.
that part out.
Too late.
I was going to mention that when I mentioned Mission to Moscow. 'cause it
Again.
was- yeah. All right, so.
Did you say again?
Yeah.
I'm going to fart in your general
Wait a
direction.
minute. Just don't do it in my ginger ale.
Speaking of no fun.
I don't want to get pink.
You
throat.
don't like farting. Are we done with appetizers?
I think so.
This
I
was,
guess
this was a
that's
horrible
it.
appetizer.
Let's get to the let's main course.
No, this was
it
good.
A great one.
I'm kidding. I love it. Relax.
Don't tell him to relax, Happy. How can I relax when I
calm
messed
down.
up so bad?
What are we doing now?
Your intro.
Thank you.
What? Where am I?
Let's
Whose shoe is this?
let's do the main course.
Main course.
What are we having for supper?
Well, you and Aunt Bee's having fried chicken, and I'm having crow.
So thanks to my wife and my daughter Emily, I now know that Dance Moms is a thing, and I utterly loathe it, so much so that I no longer fear hell because I have had my first taste of reality television. All those years I was able to avoid it, but it was only a matter of time before I crossed paths with this painstaking pseudo-reality genre. Having to endure countless episodes reminding my kids that this Father's Day, I better get a really good gift, not just a makeshift card, I would sit in dying hope that something terrible would happen to one, if not all, of these moronic imbeciles on that show. And sadly, nothing does or ever did. That's where the appeal of found footage movies comes in. For me, anyhow. It's a genre that some either like or don't. Some praise it for its limited use of effects, letting the audience mind fill in the blanks, while others just see it as lazy filmmaking. Whatever the case, and what your opinion being, one thing is constant in these movies. That in these pseudo-reality type stories, you get to see some unappealing people get fucked over at the end. And again, for me personally, that's been enough to sort of embrace this genre as an almost guilty pleasure. Tonight, we look at the fourth Paranormal Activity, a found-footage saga that first gripped moviegoers in 2009, 10, somewhere around there. I don't know. I'm in 2007. Off my game tonight, and has since spawned several sequels. And while the first three could arguably be a clever trilogy that actually starts at the end and works its way backwards, like Tito watching Hellraiser films, this fourth movie sort of jumps back to the present and gives us, well, more of the same, really. Is it enough to keep the franchise going, or should the filmmakers, much like the characters in these films, have just left well enough alone? Stay tuned and find out. So, gentlemen, Paranormal Activity 4 from 2012, a.k.a. Paranormal Activity 4, thank you, Derek, a.k.a. Paranormal Activity 4, a.k.a. Para 4 Too Many Activity 4, a.k.a. Vampire Hunter P for Paranormal Activity 4. And there's a hunter in the movie. And a.k.a. At least it's not the fifth one. Directed by Ariel Schulman and Henry Joost, starring Catherine Newton from Marvel fame, a bunch of other people we don't care about, and of course, Kate Featherstone and her wonderful breasts. Breasts. Said that word. Yeah. Opening thoughts, gentlemen. Fuck you. Who would like? Derek, it's your week. All right, I want to hear your opening thoughts on Paranormal Activity 4.
Not really a fan. It was really, like I said, snore. It was a boring movie. There was limited scares. When they did happen, they weren't even that scary. And, like, most of the characters were just awful. I not a fan.
Not a fan. No. Brian.
I didn't mind this one. I saw this one in the movie theater, and I liked Catherine Newton. This chick does not age.
She looks
at all.
the same.
She looks exactly. She played like a 15-year-old then. She still looks like she's 15-year-old now in the new Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Yeah. I kind of liked the way it kind of furthered the story, and I kind of dug it.
Mm-hmm. Tito.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this film. I watched one in the theaters, and I think my favorite thing about one, I'm not a fan of movies like this in general, but the thing I was most impressed with by the original was how little money they spent on it to make it. I was super impressed by the effects they used and what they did, camera tricks, whatever. And coming off of, I remember going to see Blair Witch and what an event that was. This seemed like fairly close to that. Mm-hmm. Not as big, but close. And fun. This movie, it kind of drags. I like that there are points in the movie where there's always a dark doorway. Nothing seems to come through it. So it creates this tension, but nothing comes of it. And I was really surprised that Catherine Newton was in it. And I was like, oh, cool, she's in this movie. She's probably the best thing about this movie. Probably the most proficient actor in the film. Mm-hmm. One kid in a movie is tough. Fucking two kids in the movie is like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Do we need two? I got two. Do we need two for this movie? I don't know that we did. But the girl, the boob lady was good too.
Thank you, boob lady.
The boob lady.
Boob lady was good too.
From part 1, 2,
Bubba Boobie,
and 3. Bubba Boobie.
What about you, Mark?
I like that.
Yeah.
I think this movie is good. I don't think it's as good as the other ones. Before it, I think 1 through 3, like I said in the intro, are a pretty good trilogy. And if they had left it at that, that would have been fine for me. Yeah. Because I like how the movie goes backwards. And this one kind of jumps forwards and just kind of does more of the same of the first one. And if you see the first 3, even though they're going backwards, the appearance of the demon and the supernatural forces are more prevalent. You see more with each film. So when we cut back to the present, you start to see less again. And I just don't think that was a good idea to do that again. After we get more shades of the demon, we actually see more of it. And in this one, it goes back to use your imagination again. And I feel like you can't do that.
And the other ones you actually see what it kind of looks like.
Not at first. So you got the first one where it's got the the breathing, and in the second one you got the connecting story, and by the third one you start to see the demon. A little bit more about. You see like quick shadows here and there, silhouettes of it.
Okay.
And I really like that. I like how the further back you went and learned the history of these two sisters, Kate Featherstone and his sister Christy, I believe, her sister Christy, you saw more of the story, you saw more of the demon. So when they jump back to the present in this one, it's kind of just like rehashing the gimmicks of the first movie again, and just doesn't do it as well.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of scenes that I do think are pretty creepy, and we'll get into that with the categories. I don't like the one that came after it. I was not a huge fan of 5, and then the ones after kind of like spin off into separate stories, so I kind of dig those more.
Not related to the family.
No.
Right.
Same demon.
Okay.
Same demon. Right.
The demon
same
is
demon.
what connects throughout.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Toby.
but a different fan.
Asmodeus.
Toby.
Asmodeus,
Right.
yeah.
And being a fan of like iconic franchise characters, I really wish they had done more in continuing Kate's character, because as you see throughout the film, she kicks a lot of ass in this movie. She's killing people left and right. She could have potentially had been another great horror icon, female horror icon that never really took to fruition, and I was kind of bummed at that. So I did like it. I think it's entertaining, but I can see why people wouldn't, because it's not as good as the other ones. The other ones before, I should say. And maybe even a couple after. But definitely better than 5. So that's mine.
Yeah.
Was 5 the Ghost Dimension?
No, that's
5
6.
was
6, okay.
No.
5 was the marked ones.
The marked.
Oh, the marked ones, okay.
Oh, the Mark Macrino ones.
The Mark Macrino ones.
Oh, hi, Mark.
A bunch of Master Shake sound and people ranting and raving and getting their fucking movie facts wrong.
Typically, when I watch a movie, even if I'm really enjoying it, I forgive a lot. The whole time I was watching this movie, all I did was like, no one noticed the knife floating over their head for like 2
Oh,
days.
I know.
Like, all these
That's the
things that I was
thing.
just like,
Right.
that, what, this, what? No
See,
thanks.
those are gimmicks that if this were back in the first movie, I would buy more, because it was kind of but by
It was
this
new.
point, dropping chandeliers or ceiling fans or whatever had been done. Like, all this had been done, and even the ending kind of left me, usually there's this like great shock of an ending with each of them, and this one was like, okay,
a
that's
bunch
cool.
of like,
Yeah, but I rather would have known
Eyeballs.
the story of all of that in this film.
get more backstory. I was waiting for that part to happen,
Right.
and it didn't, because I've only seen the first one, so they go to like an expert at some point to come to the house, a psychic, whatever.
Who does
They
shit?
find things in boxes
Well,
and
he's afraid to enter the house, and he knows that the
Yeah.
demon doesn't want him there. So
I
he's
thought
like,
there'd
no,
be some of that.
my presence here is not going to be helpful to you at all. It's making it worse.
I mean, the first one came back and brought found footage back a bit. It had gone away. We had Blair Witch. We had the knockoffs.
And like guerrilla filmmaking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like the quality of
Yeah.
film was like VHS camera.
Yeah.
This one is more, it's like, it looks like it was actual film camera.
Yeah.
Even though it's supposed to be like a laptop camera.
Right.
Or,
But
yeah,
that,
it looks too. It looks like shitty crisp.
right.
Yes.
Right.
It's like too nice.
Yeah.
And here's another thing that bothers me about this one in particular, and I know it bothers Dean a lot and found footage in general. Like, a found footage movie can be good, but the problem many people have, Dean included, and I agree with him on this, is there's a point where in real life you would drop the camera.
Oh, yeah.
And in
Right.
this movie, she's got the camera through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Where you wouldn't have it. Now, in the
Yeah.
other films, they've had security cameras. They had a camera hooked up to a fan to get kind of a rotating shot that was kind of cool. So you could have a continuous film being played, but not have that problem. And I think other movies do that good. What is it called?
The house.
The House October. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exists is a good one.
Right.
But some of these movies, it's, I got to get the camera even though I'm running from my life from this,
Right.
There were points where I was like, is she holding the laptop?
Cloverfield.
Right.
Right.
Right. It's like, why are you dragging your big laptop around?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
that
a
her
big
phone?
laptop.
I don't know.
It's not
Yeah,
even
it's
like
huge.
Yeah.
a iPad or
And the other one that they had, I
MacBook
can
Pro.
see because he had set up like a nanny cam in the bookcase.
Right.
Yeah, which was fine. All right, you got that.
Yeah, you can buy that.
Yes,
because
exactly.
These
That's-
things are always going.
Right,
and,
exactly.
they're
That's
machines.
logical.
Yeah.
They're not going to react to
Yeah.
anything. So.
Like the scene in the garage, the whole time I'm thinking like, well, you didn't shut off the camera. Then why not just continue to talk to the guy the whole time you're on the
Right.
the thing?
Yeah.
He believes you anyways.
That's
So
right.
it's not like you got a skeptic. He's all in. That's an excuse to. That's all I did the whole movie. I was just like, I can't. No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's and
No
a lot
one
of
looked
people.
up?
It's distracting.
Yeah, a
Like,
lot of people
the
have
the
problems
illogical.
with found footage because of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
If I like the first one, which I enjoyed,
Mm-hmm.
that stuff didn't bother. It wouldn't have bothered me because I
Plus-
was like, this is kind of fresh.
Plus,
Right.
it got right into it. Like
In
the
the
minute
first
the
one?
movie,
Yeah.
no, in this one, the minute the
Oh,
movie
okay.
opens, it gets right into it. Where I like when with a found footage movie, I like when they have like a pre thing, like footage was like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where there was like the little narration, and like they show the cops going down the stairs and finding
Like a little prologue or something.
like I like that. Like I want to know where'd you find these tapes?
I have a question because I'm maybe I'm confused. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. She goes into the room, kills the sister, takes the baby,
Right. That happens.
gives
at
the
end
baby
of
up
the
for
second
adoption,
Yeah,
and then
that part
comes
was
back
a
8
big
years,
plot
6
hole.
years later to pick him back up.
one. I don't know what exactly.
Well, and like one theory online was that like she needed him to get close to like who they're going to sacrifice, which is the girl Alex.
Yeah, but how do you know she's gonna be a virgin?
Well, that's true. Right?
Is she a virgin?
Check out the Shia version.
Well, she
Check out the birth
shoots Ben
records? I don't
down
know.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I know. She fucked
Hey,
up. Yeah.
demons, they can read minds, maybe. I don't know. It's demons, man. That's just demons,
That
man.
one, but I was confused. I was like, wait a minute. I think that baby was the one she stole.
Right.
And she went to she just dropped him off at the fire station. Whatever. You guys want to do categories?
Yeah, let's get like I know it is.
Tito's like, can we just get through
Right.
this?
You answered my question, which was
do
that
it.
was the kid she stole. Okay. Favorite scenes over there, Derek?
I love the opening with her stealing Hunter because it's gripping and it's really unsettling. Like the idea of that happening.
And that's technically part 2.
Right.
By the way, you
Right.
see that.
Oh, that's the end of part
the
2.
ending of
It's the
part
ending of
2.
part- yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Also, when Ben has his neck snapped by Katie because he was annoying as
Oh,
fuck.
I fucking hated
yeah.
him. Yeah.
He reminded me of Amanda Seyfried's annoying boyfriend in Jennifer's Body. Mm-hmm. He had that kind of
okay,
vibe,
yeah,
that
yeah.
shaggy haircut, fucking, wannabe emo douchebag.
So
was the look.
Very quickly, that's a pattern
mind
I
him.
noticed with these movies. That all the really hot girls have the chudliest of boyfriends in this film.
Chudliest.
You know, Kate has Mika, who looks like a giant mouse from that cartoon, The Littles. I don't know if anybody remembers. He looks like a giant
Mika
mouse.
Mouskowitz.
Miska, Muska, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. The second one had the dorky husband. Her younger daughter had that really obnoxious, ugly boyfriend with the acne. The third one, they were kids. They had no boyfriend. So now in this
But
one,
the
you got
father,
what's her name?
right?
Who's,
Yeah, even
who's
I thought
gorgeous.
the mom was very
Well,
attractive.
the mom
but
was,
the dad was.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the dad was okay. He was, compared to the
Oh,
boyfriend.
Yeah, compared to the
Careful,
boyfriend.
Dad's dead.
Yeah, dad's dead's
Dad's dead.
Zed's dead, baby.
Dad's dead, baby.
Sorry, Derek. Continue. I didn't
No, that was it.
okay.
Just those two scenes.
Brian.
I like the scene after they had set up the Xbox field.
Yeah.
With the dots on the.
But then it was always on.
It was always on, but it was very subtle because there was one scene where like there was that figure on the couch that you didn't see,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden there was movement. And I remember watching it in the movie theater, thinking like, "Am I seeing something,
yeah.
or is that really?" And then it moved a little bit more, and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm actually seeing this."
Yeah.
That freaked
That
me
was
out.
kinda cool.
That freaked me out because I wasn't expecting that. I like that.
I did like the
Yeah.
Xbox Connect scene. Now that I think about it, I actually liked the part where you're just looking in the room and then Katie stands up, and I was like, "Holy shit, she was sitting
She was there the whole
entire
time. Exactly.
That's pretty nuts."
Yeah.
But I really, I don't know. I thought this was kind of cool. When Catherine Newton, Alex's character, is like levitating above the bed.
Oh yeah.
And the brother's like there. I thought that was a pretty cool scene. I thought it looked cool. I was probably the most impressed by that scene. But yeah, the Xbox Connect stuff I think is
tongue
really, really
twister.
cool. And I like that you kind of forget that it's night vision. So
Right,
when the light comes
exactly.
on and it goes away and you're like, oh, right, it's the camera that's doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That's a cool effect.
I like the Xbox dots as well, particularly when the brother's going down the stairs and there's a shadow.
Yes, and
going
there were other
behind him
figures
that's
behind
about
him.
to grab him before the father comes down. When Katie appears in the as you guys were saying before, and I like when she charges the camera and her face turns. Again, I'm a fan of female horror icons, and we don't have many.
Yeah.
And I like when she starts kicking ass at the end of the movie and killing all these obnoxious fucks. Totally.
Nice.
Does that happen in every movie with her? Or were there kids in
With
one? But does
her,
face? Because at the end of part 1, her face goes
Yeah.
crazy. At the end.
Yeah.
She fucks up everybody in these. Again, except the third movie because she's a little kid.
Yeah.
The other people are fucking things over.
And it's the sister being haunted in that one.
Mm-hmm. Her sister. Yep. Jerk relatives.
You got a hated scene over there?
The ending was pretty lame. I didn't like the ending. And any of the scenes with Robbie, because that kid was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude,
my
take
God.
a drink every time that dude
So
said, "I'm
awful.
sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Emily was watching it with me. She's like, "Dude, how many times does this dude say he's sorry?"
No, wait.
As many as
The boyfriend?
No.
Oh, I might.
You're thinking Robbie's the
little
next
kid.
door neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
I'm sorry.
Now Mark's saying I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
To
I'm
be
sorry.
fair,
I'm sorry! I'm fucking sorry! Okay, asshole! I'm sorry!
I forgot about him.
We killed that joke.
no, it's alive and well. Just like this movie.
Yeah, that kid was just...
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Ben? Ben is the boyfriend.
Ben is the boyfriend.
Ben is the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Robbie.
Wyatt is
all
the...
these characters are interchangeable.
Wyatt's the other kid that's really
Wyatt.
Hunter.
the brother.
Yes.
Which is fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Robbie was just
So, like, the demon,
And then,
filled out forms to put this kid up for adoption?
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I don't understand.
Well, and then on top of it, like, and then at
Hell
the
has
end,
its rules too.
he just turns into like this pointless character because he's just a red herring.
Yes,
He's just
yeah.
you're supposed to think that he's Hunter, but like
He's the redheaded step herring.
right, but but especially once like you find out that Wyatt is Hunter, it's like, all right, well, what the fuck is the point of this?
I
kid?
always thought he was a backup kid, like a plan
so
B
she gives
for the demon.
Well, it's like like she gives
Could
one
be.
kid up. The one that is supposed to be like the chosen one or
Right.
whatever.
Well, he had
and
to go away for whatever
and goes
reason.
and adopt. Like, did she go into a swap?
She got another kid. Where'd
Maybe
she
that's
get
how.
that
Yeah,
kid?
exactly. That's what I mean.
So
Like,
she dropped one kid off at
Right.
the fire station and picked
you know
up
what it
another one and
was?
took that one home.
She must have been in an airport, and she had the carrier, and someone else put a carrier down right next to her, and she grabbed the wrong one.
And that other movie is really funny, but this
That
one,
happened to
not
me.
so much.
Right.
And
The old briefcase.
that kid grew up to be home alone.
You know what
Candy's in it's
though?
amazing.
I haven't seen the sequels more than once. Maybe there's a connection to that other kid that I don't know. It could be
not that
something they're
I've
covering.
read.
No, really?
No.
Then
No.
it's a
Yeah,
sucky
I read some
plot
stuff
hole.
afterwards.
He never shows up, even in the end. Like,
Robbie.
he's not explained.
Not
He's
Ben.
not in the ending scene with all the weird women.
I bet they didn't even let him be there. He sucks. They were just like, just stay in the
Yeah.
house and watch the dead dad. We'll be back. Stare at dead dad. We'll be back.
He
We're
was
gonna
the
go sacrifice his
Randy
virgin.
of the group.
I
There's always a
read
Randy.
somewhere that he was
always
like his character's supposed to be like the facilitator. Like he's the one that makes the connection with these kids so that they can take the kid.
He's like a
That's-
groomer?
Yeah,
Yeah, but there was none of
Gross.
that in the third one. You were dealing with kids.
Right.
Demon didn't need no facilitator in that.
no, but wasn't that family like hardcore into it?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, the grandmother. Yeah.
They were already indoctrinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he was just a tool of the demon.
Well, he was a tool.
Yeah.
That's for
Demon.
sure.
Of the demon.
Not great.
Not to mention, it was so fucking unbelievable that like that kid would be alone at the house all the time.
It was
Like,
unbelievable. He was
just
wearing
normal.
socks with sandals.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, and pants that were like 6 inches too short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a shithole.
What a little hipster in the making.
Sucked.
Hipster.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, dude.
He was very sarcastic.
Yeah.
He was sarcastic like a hipster.
He was sarcastic. Yeah.
Yeah, very sardonic.
He's dressed like the little Dutch boy, and he didn't look like him, too. All he needed was a paint can.
He had the fucking cut going. He was on his way of becoming a hipster. He was 2 seconds away from working at Whole Foods. Totally.
Hanging out at a brewery
The new band.
with his
Yeah.
kid, you know?
Brian, you got a hated scene
He
over
had a
there?
copy of the Decemberists in his back pocket.
Great band. Great band.
They are a great band.
better
I do like
watch
them.
it.
Relax.
Don't tell him to relax, Happy. How
Oh, I thought you were talking about the movie.
No, Decemberists.
Oh, that's not the movie. What's
No.
the movie that
I'm
George
talking about
Clooney
the
did?
band.
The Septemberists.
The Septemberists.
The Novemberists?
The Octoberists. Top secret?
The hunt for Red October.
All right.
Next.
Brian.
I think any scene with Hunter, he was.
Oh, you
Wait,
think
the
he's
real
the worst
Hunter?
one.
The little blonde kid.
Wyatt. I
Wyatt.
didn't mind Wyatt. That's
I liked
all
watching him drown in the tub.
Yeah.
That was a weird
I'm
scene.
kidding, I'm
I actually
sorry.
thought that was
Weird
kind
thing
of
to
cool
say.
too.
Yeah, but you know what?
was a
I'm going to
cool scene,
say,
actually.
now I did like that kid because I liked how he rises out of the tub. Clearly not himself. I thought that was kind of cool.
Well, then he's back to normal. Like his mom comes in and gets him, and he's fine.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like it
being
didn't
difficult
happen.
for his mom.
Yeah.
That's what, jerk.
Yeah, kids
The
like
kid,
to do
not you.
that Sometimes.
Kids can be
So
jerks.
he's the one you didn't like.
I didn't
You didn't
that
like
kid.
Wyatt
No,
Hunter.
You liked Robbie though?
only because he was
Not Hunter.
strangely funny for me.
Yeah.
You know, like his relationship with the demon.
Yeah.
I thought was a little.
Oh, yeah,
and
I can see
he's
that.
kind of like taunting the family, like, "You'll see."
Oh, I love that.
He doesn't like you, you know. Who doesn't like me? You'll see.
Yeah, I hate that kid.
Yeah.
I hate that kid too. Watch
You
your
can't see him.
language.
You can't see him. You don't have the signs on your body. You can't see him.
Can't see him.
Don't lie.
Now put on SpongeBob and shut up. Toby and I want to watch SpongeBob.
I'm going any scene where the family is interacting. I just don't enjoy
Hate this family.
them. They're bad. The dad's
Even though
a
the
bad
mom was
actor.
hot. You know.
I like looking at the mom.
The dad
She's not
really was
great.
useless in this
He's
movie.
a terrible fucking actor.
He is.
He had 3 lines.
Yep.
And
That's
they're all kinda
awesome.
boring
Was one of them. Yeah.
Together, I just didn't enjoy watching that stuff.
That family had to go in there.
At least there's some tension, whether there's a payoff or not in the other scenes. There's zero tension when the family's together. And
Yeah.
there's zero interesting things happening when the family's together. So
Well, they don't believe the kid. And that always pisses
My
me
chandelier fell. How can you guarantee this won't happen again?
off. No, he's on the phone.
I got other chandeliers in this house.
He's got a pair of sandals and socks in his closet,
Right.
too.
that 3-day-old knife that falls from the ceiling. He's right about to, I think, believe that something's happening, and then he gets distracted by his wife and
Yeah.
goes and has sex with her, probably.
Yeah.
And then forgets all about the knife.
That's nice, honey.
And this
Go
knife
change
just-
that light bulb.
This knife just fell from the ceiling. Odd. Oh well.
So we going to do the basement today or not? If you think this is getting out of
I don't
dinner
know.
with
Is
my
there
mom,
a chandelier
it's not
down
working.
there?
Oh, yeah. Nice. You can remember that knife. You don't remember our anniversary. That's what she would do.
It was too realistic
Least
for you.
favorite scene?
The ending. I'm with Derek. It's kind of it's a weak
Oh, yeah,
ending.
it does suck.
I mean, it just leaves a lot of questions. Too many questions, as Jim Carrey would say.
That never get answered.
And they don't get answered. It's
Those witches aren't in any of the other movies. There's no coven just hanging around.
like, after that, we go in a whole new direction.
Okay. Because you see, maybe that's the coven we're assuming
Which sucks, 'cause,
Katie's
yeah.
there the
Well,
whole time.
it's indicating
Like
that
if it's
the
building
coven,
on that,
yeah, the
like,
coven
main
from the
story.
third movie has evidently grown throughout the years, and now the coven has claimed many, which is a cool concept in and of itself, but tacking that on at the end and just saying goodbye is not very cool.
Yeah.
What do they need the virgin for?
Everybody
Sacrifice.
needs a virgin. So you got to
They gotta
sacrifice
kill her.
a virgin.
To do what?
I don't know.
Hell
Probably
stuff. Anything in hell.
Well, because the whole
requires
idea
a
is that the
virgin.
boy is like the one that
You need the little kid, though.
because he's going to be the conduit for
They didn't sacrifice virgins in
Toby
the other
for
ones.
Asmodeus.
Okay.
Which is kind of gross too, because that means that
It's totally.
they're like going to raise that kid so that he can sleep with all the women. Is that it? All the possessed women and
Breed-
bring
Oh, is this a
demons to.
Manos situation?
I
I
was
think
gonna
so.
say.
That's what it. Yeah, that's what it
It's
seems
back
like.
in me state.
This is a remake of Minos.
It is. It is.
Back in I was really confused. I was
Robbie is Torgo.
confused. This whole movie confused me.
The hunter will find you. We don't want to keep the hunter waiting.
Shall I move your stuffed animals now?
Move the laptop out of the bedroom into the bedroom. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry!
Babe, it was just a joke, babe. Oh, God. What does he have, money? Why are you with him, sexy
They're
lady?
just friends. They're just friends.
Yeah,
Who? The
they are.
parents?
You-
Ben
no,
and,
the
Ben and
girl.
Ben,
Alex.
yeah.
They're just buds.
Yeah, they're buds.
Oh, she shoots him right down. It's fantastic.
I would
I
too.
love watching that.
I would too. She's better than that.
He wants it. He
Yeah,
wants it.
he definitely
and
does.
he doesn't get it.
And he don't get it. And he gets killed in the
He's
process.
not, he doesn't even listen to her.
Which
She's
means-
trying, her life
Yeah.
could be in danger. He's playing practical jokes.
It's
Oh,
true.
that's right.
Come on.
Yeah, that fucker.
Yeah. Who do you think you are, Styles? You're not Styles.
No one's Styles. Not even Styles is Styles.
Not even
they changed him.
They changed him in
Changed him in part 2. He's not even Styles anymore. Hey, Derek, what would you change? Who would you change?
A lot. I would make it. I would have made it scarier. There's plenty of opportunities that just went without good scares. It's the 4th installment, which means there was a bigger budget, so they should have used it on better actors, filmmakers. There really isn't any explanation of Robbie. Like I said, he's just a red herring. He's there to throw everyone off, but it's like, okay, where did he come from? And
Cotton Eye Joe.
And doesn't Asmodeus only need one male heir, right? So like, you don't really need 2 boys.
How do you find out the guy's name is Asmodeus?
It's on the Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. Does it get said in the movie?
I haven't seen any of the other ones except for the first one, so I mean,
me either. Okay.
I just went into a deep dive online about like theories and
he prepared
like,
himself.
The main overall story of the I like when movies connect. I like franchises that have
me
like
too.
Yeah.
So which is why I'm even more disappointed to find out that like the other stuff really didn't carry on the whole Coven thing, because I would have liked to have had an explanation of that.
Are we sure?
Well, yeah.
Well,
he's
so
seen them all.
far, yeah.
I don't know. You saw the next
I
of
saw
kin?
the next of kin kind of harkens back to that, but I got to see it again.
It's an Amish one, isn't it?
It
Doesn't
is.
take
It
place
deals
in
with the
Amish?
Amish. You know,
Yeah.
the Amish,
Fucking
man, they
Amish.
got their own problems.
Seriously.
Oh, thanks, Ron Springer.
Our daughter, Charity.
Charity Dick?
And her sister, Chastity.
Chastity Dick?
Are on their gap year once.
Isn't that called Rumspringa?
Men are talking, Daryl.
Anita Dick and I are concerned that our little dicks have been bitten by the good time bug.
Rumspringa.
They have their own issues. They don't need witchcraft. They got enough things to worry
Gotta
about.
churn butter once or twice.
butter.
Demons running around in the bushes trying to fuck each other.
It's not even demons. It's just
all
a pile of buttons.
It's just Rumspringa, man.
Just Ron Springer, baby.
It's a radio. Somebody with a radio scaring them away.
Just huffing fucking
Playing Amish
Mercury.
Paradise.
Empty Coors Light
doing whippets and just screwing each other. Just strung out demons.
God.
Man.
It's his jacket with a zipper. That's what it is. It's just a
jacket,
guy.
yeah.
Hey, Ezekiel, check this out. Coat goes down, coat goes up, coat goes out.
Heathen.
Doth not do that.
Sorcerer!
Evil.
Stone him.
Who are you who can summon flame without the use of flint or tinder?
Good wife, come hither.
It's a lighter, man. It's just a lighter.
What? What's that?
Wouldst thou take a gander under my frock?
Sure, whatever turns you on. I know.
Yeah, talk about sticking. She wants me to put a bird under her. Good.
Get in the Hyundai. Sorry.
Brian, what about you? What would you change about this movie?
Oh,
You
shit.
like it, so.
I did like it. I don't know if I would change much. I think I would change the dad for one thing. I didn't like him at all. Other than that, it was fine.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's with the Amish.
He should have got taken out by that knife. He really should have.
Oh, that would have been great.
Right?
Yeah.
That would have been a great scene.
It's like, oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh, no, it didn't happen again.
It would have been funny if he was talking to the wife. Okay, honey, that's great. Put this up.
Hey, what's that? And it just goes right into his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's that doing up there?
She'd still be nagging him. Oh, typical you. There's work to be done, and you get killed by a demon with a floating knife. That's so you, Gary.
Any
That's
excuse,
so
Gary.
You.
Any
excuse, Gary. I don't even know if the dad's named Gary.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like a.
He looks like
He looks like a Gary.
He looks like the kind of guy that would die
It's
that
like
way
a
too.
guy that has like every Indiana Jones movie and only watched it once in his life.
But watch Kingdom of the Skull like
Yeah.
a million
His
times.
favorite.
Man.
That was his favorite.
Damon.
What about you, Tino? What would you change?
I pick the dad also.
I want to know more about Gary now. Sorry.
Man.
We can't because we're
Damon.
changing him. We're
We're
changing the
We're
dad.
gonna change. Don't change the dad because he's
He's
Gary
awful.
now.
The 2 kids, especially Robbie, he sucks. And I would make it so Robbie is actually Hunter, and they are recruiting a new kid. They
That's
need a
better.
new kid to bring into the bunch,
Right.
as opposed to
A fluffer.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's weird, man. It's all weird.
Take that out. I'm sorry.
No, don't take that out.
Demon fluffer.
I mean, it's a fucked up. They're a cult. They're weird.
Yeah.
You know? They're doing weird shit with kids and virgins. Yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah.
They got glowy
I bet they're all
eyes.
teachers. You always hear about teachers, female teachers sleeping
Dude,
with their
it's
students.
true. On every other episode
Right.
of Law and Order SVU, it's always a
Or in the-
teacher
or in the
or a
news.
professor.
But they're usually in love.
Yeah. No,
they're usually in love. They want to stake it out.
They
and
just
see what
they want to
happens.
express their love. It's how they
Yeah.
express their
They
love.
want to be together.
Yeah.
You're a great teacher. Here's my finger.
You got.
I wonder how Gary expresses his love.
He doesn't.
I feel like a Kenny G CD, or maybe a glass of like $12 wine with some Dave Matthews playing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, maybe he's a Dave Matthews fan. I feel like. Yeah. Right. Christmas for him is a gift certificate to Olive
A pair of
Garden.
pajamas.
A pair of pajamas, comfy pajamas
with feet.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. He loves them.
Right.
A
Okay.
gift certificate to get our nails done.
Yeah, I'm learning more about Gary as we progress.
Mark's falling in love.
We're doing our own Quentin Tarantino
We are
novel
right
about
here.
the character.
Exactly. I'm gonna write my own.
Put out the
fan
biography,
fiction.
yeah.
About Gary.
Gary, the father from. I'm gonna bring that actor's career back. No. Who am I?
Little late.
I wouldn't really replace anybody. Maybe the boyfriend Ben because he fucking annoyed me, but he died and it was cool watching him die. Spoiler. So I would change the time frame. If I were making a fourth one, I would continue to go back in the past toward this whole origin of the demonic bargain made with the grandmother and the formation of the cult. I would just go back.
Worst quality
further.
footage, like older.
Yeah,
reels.
absolutely. Because that was another reason I enjoy the third one is the VHS technology
Right.
and the old camera that your dad had when he was recording your basketball game that you did not want to be in, but you had to.
These movies should always be something that anybody watching could think, oh, I could film this. I could have made this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, you get to see the guy editing it because he did wedding videos for
That's
a living,
right.
and all the old technology.
Right.
It's
Analog
cool.
and-
Yeah, I like that movie.
Nice.
I did.
I'm gonna
And
show
I
you
would
guys a
have
photo. Who do you think that is?
Gary.
That's fucking Gary.
That's Gary.
He was in The Mummy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Was he
look at
really?
him.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good for him.
Wow.
One of the. I don't know if he loses his tongue or his eyes. He's one of those
I
guys.
think he loses his tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a fan theory in here somewhere.
Mm.
We'll find it.
Mm-hmm. Does it involve his wife?
Gary
Hello.
Well, the wife was his real wife in real life.
Because it's the guy with the glasses that
What,
loses
in
his
this
eyes.
movie?
Yeah,
Oh, they
that
were
couple
really
was
married.
really together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go, Gary.
And that's why the mummy can't see good later. No, it's true. That's why he mistakes
Right,
what's her
'cause
name for
he's-
Hatsune Moon
Yeah,
because
okay.
he's got the shitty eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really true.
The Mummy's an asshole in every movie. The Mummy is the biggest asshole out of all the.
You'd be too. If you
He's such a dick.
trapped in a sarcophagus for.
So go out and live your life. Don't
Where-
take it out on the innocent people that didn't summon
Wearing
you.
nothing but 5,000-year-old Band-Aids.
Yeah, dude. Get some shorts.
You'd feel that way too if
Get
your
some
brains
shit.
got pulled through your nose.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Don't take it out on me.
Somebody's got to pay.
Next.
Son of mode.
What's the next one?
Things that might not work today?
I felt like they were stretching for ways to explain where the footage would have come from. The laptop thing was lame, like you said. Like she shouldn't be carrying that over. You know, there was the cool shots where like from the kitchen and the living room and like that, like the security cameras. But like, yeah, the rest of it, just, you know, they're reaching.
I thought at one point there was going to be like again with the dark doorways.
Right.
Ben was going to be like, "Whoa, what was that?" Like
Right.
something walked behind her, or come out of the
And
shadows,
I
or
hate
stand
movies
in the
like that
shadows.
when
They misdirect you with that.
and
shit.
like you see the refrigerator door thing all the time.
Oh, right,
And then
yeah,
it happens in this movie. I think it happened in the first movie too. But like where you hold the door open and you're expecting, okay, all right,
Yeah,
when she
and they
closes
shut
that
it.
door, something's going to be there.
Yeah.
And it's just a letdown when like
Yeah.
there's. It's one thing to kind of like.
You know why? Because people are expecting something to be
and
this,
that's
and
the
now they're
thing.
trying to be like, okay, we're not going to give you what you want,
Well,
and
and
we're going to
it's-
get you somewhere else
And,
when
yeah,
you're not
and,
expecting
and I'm
it.
fine with like if you're teasing it at first, so that each time like and then you kind of lose your all right, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And then you deliver, but they never really delivered.
They don't really deliver.
No.
Yeah. Not like the mailman.
No.
What doesn't work for you,
Western
Brian?
Union.
I guess it all kind of works.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it works. It works.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything that doesn't work. Kidnapping kids isn't great, but you know,
It's never been great.
it's never been great.
It's never been great.
So no,
No.
it's fine. It works for the story.
I had an opposite answer, which is this movie doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. It
Too many
doesn't work
holes.
for me.
Yeah.
Did she take it to the social worker? Did she have to speak to a social worker before she gave it up for adoption?
Probably pulled a Teen Wolf thing. Give me a form.
I'll take
and these Slim Jims.
Give me a keg of beer.
Right.
Something that might not work for you today.
I say the whole paranormal formula. By 4 in this point, again, creepy noises. And I just, if we're going to make found footage movies, we got to kind of branch out into other areas now and give people a little more than just creepy sounds. And by the 4th one, again, with this, because they had done more with the first trilogy by giving us more with each film, going back to the basics, just it doesn't work. So
They had
soon after.
the feet prints were on the wall, right?
Right.
Did I
and
catch
they're
that
and they're
right?
the same prints
From
as
part
the first
one
movie.
in the powder.
Right.
Yeah.
No
You got the
thought that was weird,
footprints
huh?
again, the scratches again. Like everything's just kind
Nobody thought
of
it was
most of the
odd.
gimmicks have been recycled.
Yeah.
No, and no one in that house was believable.
I was like,
Absolutely.
This motherfucker's walking on the walls.
No, it's
Come on.
Gary. That's just Gary, man. I can't be concerned with this right now.
Walking on the walls,
Right.
dancing
I got
on
to
the ceiling.
fertilize the lawn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a young Lionel Richie.
Yeah,
Totally.
Lionel Richie fan.
Yeah.
Award for What Are You Doing in This Movie?
I gave it to Catherine Newton because she's the girl who stole the Cassie Lang role from Emma Furman in Ant-Man 3. I didn't recognize her originally. Like I've seen this poster and the cover before, and I never knew it was her. I thought, cute little blonde girl, but they all kind of look alike. Because she always reminds me of the girl that's on Cobra Kai.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't think she's blonde on that show, is she?
No.
She's a brunette, but she's a blonde in real life.
But those two, those two, I mix up all the time now.
Yeah, what's that new show she's in? She's blonde. And
Peyton List.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Peyton List, and funny thing about Peyton List, by the way,
What?
There's another Peyton List out there. She's the one that played one of the Poison Ivies on Gotham.
No kidding.
Yeah, her same name.
One of the
Peyton
9
Really?
of them?
The younger one before, the first.
Yeah, you got to be more specific. There was about 8 Poison Ivies on that show,
The prettiest one.
which is what I
When
hated.
she gets older.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that. I did. I
the
I
age
really
thing,
hated
it was
the
weird.
everybody else stayed the same age, but
Yeah.
she kept every
Yeah.
like half a season she would
the
be a
chloroform,
different
you know?
actress. It was I didn't.
McConaughey loved it
Yeah.
because he got older and they said,
Yes, they do.
But
Yes,
I
they
didn't.
do.
What about you, Bri?
Our
movie? What are you
MVP,
doing?
Catherine Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's the only one I know.
I didn't really have one because I didn't know her at the time when I first saw this, so I never had that. And then seeing it again, I remembered she was in it, so there wasn't. And everybody else didn't really do anything, so I didn't have one.
You didn't notice anybody who was
No,
in
I
it.
wasn't like, this person's in it, Yeah.
I agree. Best quote, favorite quotes?
Fucking Prius.
That was good.
That was a good one.
Mine is the one that I said where he doesn't like you. Well, who doesn't like you? You'll see. Or you'll
I don't
find
like you
out.
either.
Yeah. We're wanted men. I have the death
We're
sentence on
wanted
12 systems.
demons.
Mine is, Christ, this movie feels long. Tito. I turned this movie on and I was like, oh, only like an hour and 37 minutes.
Felt longer?
And then I would pause every once in a while, like, well, there's still like an hour left. I might want to watch something else after this, and I just didn't have it in me.
Yeah.
I went straight to bed.
Sucked the life out of you,
went
huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
An energy
favorite
vampire.
quote?
I have the same as Brian. He does not like you. What? Who? Who doesn't like me? You'll find out. I like that.
You'll
Oh,
find
good.
out.
He's going to die. Yeah.
There was a line that I thought was kind of funny. I think he said something to me. He's like, "What? What did you say to me?"
Yeah.
Ben says it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck did you say to me? MVP. Now we go MVP.
Newton's performance is decent, I guess. So I guess her.
Yep. Newton.
No, I'm going Blumhouse
Blumhouse.
because these motherfuckers just crank this shit out and make millions of
They
dollars.
sure do.
Because I went on Wikipedia to look up some of the plot, and every time I would scroll down, I'd be like, budget $7 million. Like they took in $700 million. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't wait to
They're
see
making
that Five Nights
so
at
much
Freddy
money
movie,
off
man.
of these movies.
They really are.
And it's semi-original. I appreciate Blumhouse for making like more or less original
Yeah.
Yeah.
works.
I
of
just
film,
appreciate them
yeah.
making
Well,
horror
who was the guy
films.
that did the original? Was it Oren Pelly? The guy with the most Star Wars name ever? Right? It's Oren Pelly. Because it's right
I
here.
think
Because
so,
he
yeah.
produced this one.
Yeah.
Orenpli.
Oren Peli.
Oren Peli. I remember he like wrote and directed the first one. I think he's just producing this one.
Oren Peli.
MVP.
Yeah, he's one of the
Oren
writers.
Yeah.
Peli.
Doesn't he sound like he should be in Star Wars?
He does, yes.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
the new rebel pilot. Everybody
Go
welcome
to the
Oren Peli.
Dagobah
Yeah,
system and meet
Yep.
Oren
Show him to
Peli.
his starfighter
Oren
and
Peli,
make sure his helmet fits.
Pilot a TIE fighter for 5 seconds and have something malfunction.
I'm going in. Cover me, Porkins.
I'm right with you, Red 3. Got a problem here.
Eject.
I can hold it.
Pull on.
No, I'm all right.
Because it always does.
Oren.
Seriously, all
Eject,
those
eject.
people checking those friggin' X-Wings, and then the moment they go up in the air, there's always a few that have problems right away. Oh, got a problem here. Something explodes.
Wedge was fine.
Yeah,
Wedge
Wedge
was
never had a
fine.
problem.
I
Luke
think they
was
took
fine.
Porkins out
Luke
on
was
purpose.
fine.
That's what I think.
Well,
Did
that's
they
what,
get that
It's an
fat
inside
bastard
job.
back up
that's
there?
why they had the astromechs to make sure that that's why the R2 units were back there
Yeah.
to fix anything on the fly.
Poe was
Well,
fine.
What happened to Porkins is
I mean,
droid.
if you're in there flying,
Porkins ate his droid.
It was a bet. He was bet he couldn't do it.
It was just a giant can of fucking spaghetti.
It was just the top of the droid. There was
cheese
nothing
whiz.
underneath.
The droid opens up and it's cheese whiz.
Inside of it.
It was a fucking Pringles
It's a
can.
hollow shell.
Hey, we ran out of droids. What are we gonna do for Porkins? Get a fucking Pringles
Porkins
can
is
in there.
flying. His droid's head flies up. There's Pringles flying everywhere.
I got a real problem. Oh, barbecue. Okay.
Oh, rest in peace, Porky.
We gotta write that into our scene.
They're
Next.
gonna put that in. Lieutenant Eckhart.
All right, that's Eckhart.
Hey, Porkins, think about the future.
Hey, Porkins. Jack Nicholson was.
I am. What's for dinner?
Yeah. What's the matter? Porkins doesn't like falafel.
Jesus.
Who's your MVP?
Mine was Kate Featherstone. I love this.
Yeah.
I love her. I love the character. I think she should be getting more roles.
Seriously.
You know, Tito, you had brought this up with, I think it was oh god, what's his name from fucking the 40-year-old virgin. He was in Weeds. And
yes, I love him, Romany Malco.
you said he needs to be more famous than he is. I feel the same way about Katie
Yeah.
Featherstone. I
Yeah,
think she's great.
agreed.
She's beautiful.
You know who
She's
took all the
easy
roles?
on the who?
Porkins.
Porkins.
They were dinner rolls.
Yeah, with all the butter.
No, but I like the development of her character throughout these movies,
Yeah.
and I really wish they had done more with it because, again, she could have been an awesome horror icon.
Well, I wondered, does she not want to do them anymore?
I don't
Is that
know.
why the
Maybe,
story
maybe
started to
not.
diverge?
I have no idea, but I have not seen her in anything else, and I really like her.
Yeah.
I hope they find
Yeah,
something
even if you
for
look
her.
at on IMDb, she hasn't done
Yeah,
much at all.
I don't know if she just fell off acting, didn't like doing it, or whatever. I know
Or
she
fell into it. Maybe
fell
she knew
into
Oren
it, maybe.
Peli.
She is in the
She went to
In
the
Search
Jedi
of
Academy
Darkness documentaries and shit.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's got a love for the genre.
Yeah.
You know, she's not hating on it or anything. So I don't know, but I mean, again, she in the trilogy and these whole movies, she's the only one with any real development character, and I gotta pick her.
So, but she's in the marked ones.
Yes.
Is she?
Is
She
she?
is.
I don't remember her being in the
Okay.
marked one.
So
I'm just looking at her.
I
IMDb.
gotta watch it again, but the way I'm remembering it, this is going on at the same time as the first movie with Mika and Kate. I forget how it connects, but it connects at the end. Like the demon hops it from one place to another. It's almost like while the demon's not torturing these people because they went out to dinner or whatever, he's torturing another set. He's multitasking.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta
It's
see
a
it again.
multi-pass.
Because
I
the
was not
little
a
kid
fan
has
of
the
that one.
symbols drawn everywhere. That's what's
Yeah.
bringing
But
the demon over.
but it goes back to her before she became super badass demon lady, so I really had no interest, and she wasn't in it
Gotcha.
long
She's
enough.
just regular old
It was it was a thing that they tacked on to the end, much like this one, but I think it's even worse than this one.
together.
Yeah,
Shame.
Does it make it anybody's rotation?
Fuck no.
Yes. I've seen it
You're a
many
fan.
times.
You're a fan of the franchise.
I like the
You're a fan of the
franchise.
franchise.
I like the franchise up to number 4. 5 through whatever, they all blend together.
Okay.
yeah, I'm with Brian.
I don't know.
Sorry,
I may
Tim,
feel
go ahead.
differently if I see 2 and 3. I haven't, so there's a huge gap in the middle for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
I mean, I would say it
But-
wouldn't make that much of it, but I'd say C3 because I think 3 is a
PO.
great movie.
What?
C3PO. C3PO.
A lot of Star Wars happening tonight.
Yeah.
Who knew? Gary really brought it out of
Oh,
us.
good old Gary.
Fucking Gary. How does it stack up? This is kind of blending into the last one, but
Yeah.
other paranormal films, the series itself.
I mean, I've only seen one, so it's nothing compared to the first one. The first one was great.
What about
I really
like
liked
movies
it.
like this?
Movies in
about-
general, like
yeah.
found footage movies,
Or just even like
still-
paranormal films and
still bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Like I there's so many better ones out there. So many better haunting movies, and I wouldn't watch this again unless I was like making a day out of it watching the whole series.
Okay.
Which I probably won't do.
Yet.
I've done it.
Yeah.
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 Nice little Sunday.
Huh?
Nice little
It
Sunday.
is. You know, actually, my daughter loves these movies.
Okay.
So I've watched them with her
Many
like a bunch of
times.
times since she got into them. But yeah, this for me, it rates midway.
Yeah.
There are better found footage. There are better paranormal movies out there, but I still like it. There are also much worse.
Yeah.
Paranormal movies and found footage movies. So yeah, I'm putting it in the middle.
Yeah, I don't watch enough of these films, so I don't know if I have an educated opinion. I like the first one, but because I'm so impressed by what they did with such little money. And this is like 4, right? So there's money there. But
Yeah.
outside of
where'd it
maybe,
go
like,
to?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of cool, like the mom getting thrown around.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It's kind of, special effects wise. The dad getting dragged through the house is kind of cool. So there's probably some money there.
The
They probably had to
dots.
pay all those chicks with
dots.
the green eyes
Yeah.
walking around at the end. They're probably not cheap.
They just round up the neighbors.
Pajamas.
Yeah,
pajamas.
Nobody was.
Gary got
None
them
of the
all
neighbors
pajamas.
were confused by all these ladies sacrificing a virgin in their
upper,
backyard.
upper
huh?
scale neighbors. They
Okay.
have no time for that.
Oh, you know that nowadays there'd be a Karen out there watching, and she'd be like, "What are those ladies doing?
Do you guys have a permit for this party?
There are way too many people there."
Could you please hold all the demonic possession? Nothing after 10 o'clock, please. My Cody has soccer practice the next day.
I think that's a black guy. I'm calling the cops.
I would say midway for me too. I'm with Brian. This is a middle of the cheese movie for me in terms of paranormal activity films and
Found footage?
franchise and found footage movies. Definitely, there are a hell of a lot better ones out there, but there are also crappier ones out there.
All right, fair. If you made a sequel, Derek, how would it go?
In my sequel, it would be more about the coven. If you're going to have all these connections, explain it and stop being so lazy with these connecting strings. I would have it on hidden body cam in glasses, and maybe the aunt of a woman who was murdered, and also like the nephew or niece was stolen. Have her trying to expose them, so she infiltrates them. And the anxiety and suspense of the film would be revolving really around her trying not to get caught.
So this is like a first-person.
Right.
film.
Like do it
Oh,
with
it's
body,
like Doom.
Yeah, with like a body, just body cam.
I think that's
it would
pretty
be the
cool.
only camera that you'd have, and it would just be from her perspective,
That's cool.
trying not to get caught, and maybe witnessing some crazy shit, which would be cool. That way, you get the continuation of the story that they're setting. Really, these 4 films
I like that.
have a
idea.
good payoff.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of that first person.
Yeah.
That's clever.
That is clever.
What about
Yeah, I like what you said. I'm going to take yours. Yeah, no, I didn't really have anything anyway, so I might as well.
Cheeto.
So in my sequel, Vankman, Spangler, Stamps, and Zetterman show up and level all the houses in this franchise and trap whatever demon is responsible in the containment unit.
It was Gozer all along.
But then Pencil Neck lets him
Yeah,
out.
this man has no penis. Yes, this man has no
Gary
penis.
lets him out.
Gary's
lets him
Gary's
out.
definitely
Totally.
that guy.
I'm the gatekeeper. You're the key master.
You got a sequel for
Yeah,
this?
what I would have, what I said about changing the story of this movie, what I, back in the changing category, I would make the sequel to this film. If I would make it what I wanted. I want to see all the marked
Oh, as
ones.
opposed
I
to
wanna
5.
see,
Yeah.
And I want to see where Demon Kate's going from this point on.
Yeah.
Because you open the door. So what's going to happen? You have an entire demonic family.
That's a cool name to a movie.
Where are we
Demon
going?
Kate?
Yeah.
Keeping Kate.
Demon Kate.
Driving a
Hey.
Cadillac down Route 66.
Yeah.
I can smoke a
I'll
cigarette.
turn this Eldorado around right now. Lucifer and
Damien.
Osmidius, whatever.
Osmidius.
Baphomet.
Baphomet, Osmidius, Thaxton.
Asmodeus, Satanas, Lucifer.
Yeah.
I will turn this car right around if you don't stop eating your brother. Guess what?
I want to see that sequel.
I kind of do too. See, a family of demons.
Demon Kate.
Yeah, keeping
It's
Kate.
like Sister Kate.
Yeah, Demon
Plus
Kate
eight.
and Allie.
Demon Kate.
Demon Kate
I
plus
thought you
8.
said keeping Kate. I'm like, keeping
I like
Kate.
Keeping Kate too. Yeah,
Demon
that's-
Kate. She's got two little demon boys. She's got Toby the demon.
Kate at the Cape.
You know?
All that.
Kate at the Cape. Kate
Yeah,
plus
she
8.
brings the family. It's a road trip movie. They're going
Totally.
to the Cape. They're going to the Cape.
It's
for
where the
summer.
Millers, only it's where the Featherstones.
Yeah, right. It's like One Crazy Summer, only fucked up.
Where are you guys going? That's how you make a franchise worse. Throw that asshole in it.
The demon
I
speaks
said what
for the
I
first
said.
time.
Yeah.
No, it can
Yeah.
only get better.
No.
It can only get better with
Yeah,
that.
the only
asshole.
thing worse than Gary is Bobcat as Gary. Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. Actually, I would.
It would be better.
I would like to see that.
It'd be better.
Yeah. There's a knife floating around.
You got a post-credit scene there?
There's that a knife on the scene? Oh, it's in my eye. What's your post? What's your post?
I would have liked to see like Wyatt turn evil, Hunter turn evil. Like I want to see like him go full demon.
Yeah.
The post credits.
Oh, you mean like the face with like a
Yeah.
Demon Kate has?
Like I want to see like what him have been corrupted and be like part of it, kind of give in to the evil.
Like a Children of the Corn
Like watch
situation.
Alex die.
Maybe he's leading
you know?
the fucking seance or whatever the fuck.
Or like, or Alex thinks that she's escaped. Like she runs to him, she's got him, and then he kills her.
Oh, that probably would have been better. Then. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See, I could have fucking wrote
Oh,
these
totally.
movies better.
Easily.
Yeah.
You listen in Hollywood.
Yep.
Like it's a, I like that. Like it's a person. Are you listening to me, Hollywood?
Believe you can possess me. If
Derek
you try.
Pelly over here.
Did you hear me, Hollywood? I'm talking to you. Post-credit scene, Brian?
No.
No.
Concise. My post-credit scene, the police show up to a coven of women sacrificing a teenage girl. They tell them to stop, but the witches refuse. So the police open fire and kill everyone, including Alex. You win some, you lose some.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
nice.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Everybody dies in these movies. Anyway.
Everything
It's
dies.
never a happy ending.
I would just have a nice little people watching the end of this movie and then conversing about the bullshit of it, despite being based on a true story or true events, and then have the group disperse, but save one person who's staring at the TV and slowly smiling and turning to the audience, a la Michael Jackson Thriller. And then Vincent Price laughs and
You on camera.
You on camera now. I watch you Shakespeare.
You on camera. You on camera.
That's my favorite line in the whole series.
What?
Her saying,
yeah.
"You on what?
Yeah.
You on candid camera now?"
Excuse me, I think I paid for my ticket just like everybody else in here.
She did. It's true.
I'll take turns
God
stabbing
bless
her.
her. She is so fucking
Oh,
awesome.
she's awesome.
Love her.
Paranormal Activity 4.
Yeah, there it is.
That's it. That's the movie. Some liked it, some didn't. But that's what brings us together. Brings us together.
Brings us
It's
together
our
today.
differences of
Paranormal
opinion.
Activity
Paranormal.
brings us together.
We can all agree
Blade.
Katie Featherstone has a magnificent chest.
Which she didn't show in this one.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't dislike.
She's
But
not
I
a
didn't want
tank
to
top.
appear totally piggish. She did enough in the first two movies, though,
Yeah.
so that's okay.
Oh,
And she couldn't do it in the third one because A, it wasn't her, and B, that was
She
a
could have
child.
won something sheer.
Sheer, yeah.
A little more sheer.
A little see-through.
Something a little more demonic.
Yeah, you know.
She was busy. She's wrangling
She's
kids.
a demon
She's
bride.
A mom.
She's
Yeah.
a demon bride.
She's a demon mom. She ain't got no time to look sexy. She got to drive the
Yeah.
demons to demon baseball.
She's talking to social workers.
Demon
She's-
vacation,
yeah.
demon Disneyland,
Yeah.
Lacrosse.
Take 'em out for demon ice cream.
Just lacrosse. Just regular lacrosse. It's just-
Boy. You think she used the money from putting up her kid for adoption to buy the house?
I'm
next
pretty sure
door?
she has mind control power. She's like, these are my kids, and they're like, okay. That's what I think.
Give me the house.
Give me a cake of house.
What?
And these.
And these.
And Wyatt.
And 2 packs of Luckies.
Your name is Wyatt. My name's Hunter. Well, they both kind of stink.
Wyatt Hunter.
No, I know somebody whose kid's last name Wyatt. I can't say that. Sorry. Let's go to Geek Flag. Geek Flag. What's making our Geek Flags, Hunter?
John Wick 4. I had pre-ordered it. It finally came. I've been a huge fan of this franchise since the beginning, and thankfully this fourth and most likely final installment of the series, despite its various spinoffs, did not disappoint. Just under 3 hours. It's the longest installment, but it delivered big time.
And it doesn't feel like 3 hours at all.
Definitely not.
It flies by.
I mean, each film has been a progression of Wick's journey from the bottom floor up to the high table itself. Everything about this movie was near perfect. The action sequences, of which there are a ton, are like brilliantly choreographed.
That don't make no sense.
I know what you mean.
And shot.
You hear that, Hollywood?
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, call me back, Hollywood.
Call me back, Hollywood.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman's in this one?
He should be. He should have been.
Tito's eyes lit right up.
Every shot, start to finish, is visually stunning. The style, the characters, old and new, are captivating. I love the lore of this franchise, like the Continental, the high table, all the different hierarchies, and
But you know what's crazy? You hear the plot of John Wick, and it's like they kill this guy's dog. He's a hitman, and they steal his car, and he goes out and kills a bunch of people. And it sounds cheesy as hell, which it is, but the way they were able to expand on this whole world is fucking amazing.
It reminds me of Fast and the Furious, because it's a franchise that I would love to do a full episode down the road one day of the series. Because
Absolutely.
There's so much to explore and talk about from the filmmaking and just why these have such broad appeal. Like, there's so many different types of audiences that like these movies. Like my wife likes these movies, and she doesn't usually. But it was awesome. I really liked it.
Cool.
I like it a lot.
Nice. So, Star Trek Strange New Worlds dropped a new trailer. The series season 2 starts June 16th, which is about 3 weeks from now, and I can't wait. I love Strange New Worlds. I think the adventures of the USS Enterprise with Captain Pike at the helm with Spock and Uhura. But one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is they have the other show, Lower Decks, which is animated. Funny as hell. They're doing a crossover episode with Strange New Worlds. Quaid.
Is it going to be animated?
No. They're going to be live action,
and it's the actors who.
And it's the yes. So it's what's his name?
Jack Quaid.
Okay. And it's Tawny Newsome. Tawny Newsome.
Yes.
Yeah. And she plays Lieutenant Mariner. He plays Boimler, and they showed them in their actual uniforms. They look so much like them. It's amazing. I can't wait to see that, because it's just going to be a hell of a ride.
What's that show called? The animated one?
The Lower Decks. Lower Decks. I think that's in its 3rd season, maybe starting its 4th.
Is that on Paramount?
They're all on Paramount. All the new Star Trek.
I honestly thought that Strange New Worlds had a 2nd season already.
No, it's
I didn't
just
realize
starting.
that. Yeah.
Well, it started on Discovery. So they were on Discovery for part of, I think, the 3rd season. Okay. And then they decided to do a spin-off called Strange New Worlds.
All right. I gotcha.
Well, maybe it was the second season, because it was the 3rd season when the Discovery crew went to the future.
Okay.
So they're no longer in our normal timeline anymore. And that's what
they've branched off.
Oh, is it the Rick and Morty people?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, the animation looks the same.
Yep, it really is. So I also saw last night, like Mark, I saw Evil Dead Rise with my dad and my brother, and I really liked it. I thought it was a hell of a movie.
It's really good.
And I'm looking forward to more from the Evil Dead franchise. And also, speaking of my dad, I want to give a shout out. His 80th birthday is coming up.
Nice.
And we're going to be celebrating on Sunday. My dad is a huge supporter of the show. He listens to every episode, and I just want to say happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome.
Keto?
I need something consistent like that, where somebody's like, you're coming with me to the movies every Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
I need that in my life.
Yes, sir.
You want to come with us?
Thanks for nothing, Dad. I can't. My wife works OT on Tuesdays.
Oh, man.
She sucks. Not like your dad. He's awesome.
Yeah, your dad is
She
awesome.
doesn't suck. It helps our family. Working OT helps my family.
Way to backtrack on
Yeah,
that.
I know, right?
I got my geek flag. I watched the White Man Can't Jump remake this past weekend. Lance Reddick, rest in peace, is also in this movie.
Oh.
And I actually really enjoyed it. what they were really smart about doing is they cut out the Stookie brothers. They cut out like the whole gambling history, and there's no Jeopardy stuff. It's just them and basketball. And it's Jack Harlow and Sequan Walls. They're both really, really funny, and they play up the fact that it's 2023. White guys can play basketball. They can actually play basketball really well. So it's really them hustling people. Like one of the scenes, they go to the basketball court, and the Sequan Walls character is like, "Oh, we got to leave. There's too many white people here." And Jack Harlow, who was the other character, is like, "You realize it's 2023. White people know how to play basketball, right? That's not how we're going to hustle people. We have to find other ways to do that." So essentially, it's they let the other team pick who are going to be their teammates. And they start hustling people that way. There's a huge tournament that's involved. They both played college basketball, and their careers never really took off. It's fun. It's a nice movie. Who's the writer of the original? Who did?
That was Spike Lee.
No. He did Bull Durham. He did.
The writer.
Oh.
Yeah, Bull Durham.
Ron Shelton directed it.
Ron Shelton also
did
wrote
he
it.
write it as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
So Ron Shelton did White Men Can't Jump. He did Bull Durham. He did Field of Dreams. He did Tin Cup. He is also took part in the story of this with Kenyon Barris. So it's not bad. It's a fun movie.
Cool.
I'll have to give it I'll give it a try.
That's worth it.
I'm a little.
It's worth
skeptical,
seeing.
but-
You won't like it. You won't like it better than the original.
No, I didn't think
I
I
don't
would.
like it better than the original.
But it's entertaining?
But I was at least impressed that they try to go in a different way.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only new thing I've seen that I liked.
All right. Well, I got two things here. First, I have Ice-T's Daily Game.
What?
It's a podcast. Ice delivers quotes to live by in his 5-minute daily podcast called Ice-T's Daily Game. Each episode has the OG discussing a quote from the many he has compiled throughout his life, his career. Fucking laptop.
He's got a book full of quotes.
He does. And he gives his insight into the meaning of said quote and a bit of words of wisdom in a way only Ice-T can deliver. It's a short, sweet podcast, and it's very inspirational to start your day off. He does
Does
his
he
daily.
explain the quote? You mean to tell me that this
No,
guy
he
likes
doesn't.
little girls
I don't know.
with pigtails?
I'm going to see if he brings it up.
He explained that one?
Yeah. First of all, I know my shit on SVU. I don't know what that Mulaney crackhead was talking about. You gonna listen to that guy?
I mean, he had a problem for sure.
He had a problem.
He's got
Ice-T
one.
wasn't on. Well, actually,
Ice-T was not the problem.
No, he wasn't.
It's the solution.
It's my daughter and I listen. I bring her to school every morning and we listen to it. It's awesome. It's quotes, you know.
Remember what Ice-T said today, honey.
Remember what Ice-T said.
You get pumped up for your day.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Don't cut a bitch.
Some of the quotes are his, but some of the quotes are
Things
from
that
other
he's-
people.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. And then you see what that means is you have choices in life, but you gotta expect repercussions. And one of them is like, you could go and fuck your wife's sister if you want to, but you gotta realize there's gonna be a consequence to that choice.
It's true.
Yeah, and
Truer
it's like,
words have never been
preach,
spoken.
Ice-T. I love Ice-T. This is awesome. If you're an Ice-T fan, and you really should be, because if you're not, I don't want to know you. Check this out. My other thing, I saw Blood and Honey, the Winnie the Pooh movie. Now that Winnie the Pooh has gone public domain, all bets are off, and things once cute and cuddly can now be downright horrific.
Oh, bother.
Take this movie, Blood and Honey, the story of what happens to the characters of Pooh Corner when grown-up Christopher Robin leaves for college and comes back to find upon his return that his woodland friends, with Christopher no longer there to take care of them, have become feral, ravenous, killing monstrosities, with Pooh and Piglet now turned to homicidal slashers stalking anyone who crosses their path. Sounds ridiculous? It is. I had zero expectations upon viewing this, but was actually pleasantly surprised at how well the slasher-style flick was made. It's a good-looking movie. It's made very well. The gore is impressive. The plot is...
I thought it was guys in masks.
No, it's the actual creatures. They just have human hair. They're hybrids. That's how they're explained.
So where
in
did
this
you see
movie.
it on, Mark?
I'm not going to say where I saw it because it would get somebody in trouble.
All
but
right.
But we
Gary?
managed to download. It was Gary.
Was it Gary?
Gary downloaded a copy off his Mac and
The interwebs?
Came over and we watched it.
Is
and
Eeyore and Tigger in it? Are Eeyore and Tigger?
Eeyore
What about
died.
Kangaroo?
Well,
Eeyore died.
they kill Eeyore. I'm going to spoil
They
that.
kill
for you.
him?
Yeah, you don't see it happen. Oh, sorry. Picard is going to chime in right now. That's my wife. But there's a Blood and Honey 2, which means we are going to get more of the characters.
Yeah.
And we're getting a whole fucking universe of these wonderfully made dark fuck you
Is that
Disney
a Blumhouse?
movies.
Is that produced by Blumhouse?
No, it is
No,
not.
isn't it by
Oh, Josh was telling
yeah.
us who it
It's
was.
the people that pump these things out.
Yeah.
It is
The Garys of the world.
Yeah.
I would recommend. You know what? I don't highly recommend it because if you're a slasher horror hound, check it out.
Yeah.
Anybody else, take it with a grain of salt.
Nice.
Is that our geeks?
Yeah.
That's our geeks.
That's our geeks.
And that'll wrap it up for another episode of Three Geeky Dads. Tune in next week as we pick the last fourth movie in our series of 4. Will it be hated by all of us, loved by some, one dad stands alone, or will it be one we're divided on? You'll have to tune in to find out. In the meantime, if you'd like to check out our past series of 4 episodes, or just give us a listen because you love us so, Brian, where can they go to?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www. gdpodcast.com. As Mark said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you're not already a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Run to the website, smash one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and you'll be sure to never miss an upcoming episode. More importantly, while you're also there, please leave a review and a rating. It not only helps us to move up the charts, but it also, most importantly, helps others when they're searching for us. Because the podcast playing field is getting very crowded, and we need all the help we can get. So please and thank you there. Also, speaking of please and thank you, we also have a Ko-fi page. The link is also found at our website. So if you would like to leave a small donation, it would be greatly appreciated. Any amount given would help to keep the show going, because podcasting is also not cheap. Our social media presences, we have links to on the website as well. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we can also be heard on YouTube. And I do believe that's pretty much it. Yes. So everybody out there, as always, thank you for listening.
Thank you, Brian, and thanks to everyone for listening. Until next time, for Three Geeky Dads, I'm Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
Saying keep watching for sightings. Stop watching the Dance Moms. I'll be watching Kate Featherstone and her magnificent talent. And above all else, keep watching the skies, because there's a knife floating above you, and in about 3 hours it might fall on you.
Look out, Gary.
Good night out there, Gary, wherever you are.
You don't like JoJo Siwa
Guys,
or
he's
Maddie
dead.
Ziegler? They're dance moms.
No, I don't like any of them.
Famous.
Were they really?
No.
Maddie
Okay,
Ziegler,
yeah, that's right, JoJo. Hello and welcome to another episode of
Fuck You.
Fuck You, Dads. Tonight's show.
Should we do that? Dads After Dark? Fuck You, Dads?
Dads After Dark. Fuck you, Dad.
Fuck You, Dad.
I don't want it to get confused with the Geeky Dad After Dark.
We're pretty raunchy as is.
Yeah.
No, but we're going to be called Fuck You, Dad.
Fuck you, Dad.
After Dark. And we just review. What we
Welcome
review?
to the show.
The size
really
of
fucking-
comic
We're
book
gonna-
characters.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about
It's
the
like
baby.
Jason Lee and Mallrats. We're like trying to figure out what's up
Is
with
the
this
thing's
fantastic dome.
dork made of rock?
Yeah. That's it.
He seems to be hung up on superhero sex organs.
Celsius.
You're a great teacher. Here's my finger.